You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
Iggy's World. The indomitable Spike. The Super Koopa Cousins.
It all sounds like some bad movie.
Now, next up,
is
speaking of Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
Oh, fuck this movie. You know, there is okay. First and foremost, Super Mario Brothers was released 5 years too late. You know, 5 years too late. Absolutely. Okay. This movie came out in 1993. They were pretty much into Super Nintendo. They were well into Super Nintendo. And of course, they're trying to sell fucking Yoshi's World. That's why they had fucking Yoshi in this movie, which was a Super Mario Brother video game, but he was riding fucking this little dinosaur. But this is a film that should have absolutely been released 5 years earlier. When Super Mario Brothers 2 came out, and you couldn't find a copy of it for weeks on end, it should have come out that Christmas. Because this movie, they would have had a franchise of movies. They would have had sequels for this. It would have made so much fucking money. But the fact that it came out in 1993, nobody gave a fucking flying shit about this movie.
Now, but
and it absolutely showed.
But again, even though no one cared because it had passed, you can still go off the idea that it's still a franchise that has a solid base. Everybody knew what Super Mario Brothers was, so you don't have to advertise as much. Where they failed, and I'm going to give you the exact name here, they failed with Rocky Morton.
Rocky Morton?
Rocky Morton. That is the director of the film.
Oh, okay.
Now, why did Rocky Morton fail Super Mario Brothers?
Well, because Annabelle Jankel helped them.
No,
two directors on that movie.
No, because Rocky Morton is the director of Max Headroom.
Oh.
So what happened is,
well, you know what's interesting?
What?
You know what's interesting about that, real quick?
You know what I was going to say before you cut me off?
Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say.
Go ahead. I'll let you have it.
Well, again, because I was making a point. The studios wanted a kids' film based on a kids' video game. Rocky Morton, who was famous for Max Headroom, which was a dark dystopian sci-fi for adults, said, "Oh, let's make Super Mario Brothers, but let's make it more adult, and let's make it darker." So he tried to turn it into Super Mario Headroom. And that's where everything falls apart. The wrong director. It's just like Mystery Men.
Right.
Great acting, great everything. Director fucking kills it because he's trying to be Tim Burton. That's it.
That's actually not what I was going to say. Still interesting, though.
I know. I just wanted to make a thought. That's
the director of The Wizard, Todd Holland, actually directed an episode of Max Headroom. I was just saying there's this coincidence between the two.
And I was making a point that you interrupted.
That's okay.
I'm not upset.
Don't be upset. Where's your bell?
I said I'm not angry. The bell's here. I haven't been angry once.
Okay. That's good to know. Anyway, but yeah, the director, he did do DOA though with Dennis Quaid. He did that 5 years before this movie. Did you ever see DOA with Dennis Quaid?
Yes, I thought it was a cool adaptation. I always liked it.
Yeah, I thought that was always an underrated film.
Yeah.
So, But you're right.
But again,
he's definitely a director, a more adult-oriented type of filmmaker, who was given a children's film.
And then he said, and he kind of just like, I don't want to make a children's film. So, okay. Right. Now, do we even have to talk about the plot?
We can. I could sum it up in 30 seconds if you want.
By all means, sir. You go ahead.
Okay.
Sum up
the plot. You have these two plumbers who make no money.
Who are the plumbers?
Mario and Luigi Mario.
Okay.
From Brooklyn. Oh. You know what? Before I get into the plot, have you ever met a plumber that didn't make money? Because every plumber I've ever met makes a fucking shitload of money. So either they're really shitty fucking plumbers, or everyone's plumbing is just really, really good, and they don't need to call a plumber that often. Well, I mean, they got a competitive plumber stealing work from them.
Well, there's the thing. They have a competitive plumber stealing work for them after the people called them and asked them to come fix the problem.
I know.
So what do they call 3 plumbers at once and see who showed up first? How does that work? Someone calls you to do a job, you show up. You don't show up and go, hey, somebody else beat me to the job. How do they beat you to the fucking job? Who called them? But here, I'm trying to read logic into the film. That's where everything goes wrong. Please continue.
Yes, I know. But plumbers make good fucking money, and these guys are morons. Anyway, it's Mario, Luigi Mario. They're plumbers. They meet this girl who turns out to be the princess, and they end up following her, time warping, if you would say,
alternate dimension, not time warping.
Well, no, it's a time warp.
Well, it's not. It's an alternate dimension. It's
I know it's an alternate dimension, but they listen. You time warp in the game.
But it's not a time warp.
But it's kind of their way of doing a time warp without doing a time warp.
You can call it a warp. That's all I'll give you. All
right. Anyway, they warp into the other dimension where...
How hard was that?
It wasn't that hard. Where Dennis Hopper wants a piece of the meteor that hit Earth that caused the dimension separation between Earth and wherever King Koopa's time period. And they got to go in and get the princess. I mean, it's basically it. They got to go in and get the princess and save her from King Koopa.
Now, Joey...
I mean, Dennis Hopper wants the rock so that both dimensions collide and become one, and he'll rule one dimension. So,
well, because they're gonna de-evolve all the people on our dimension with their devolution guns.
Yeah.
Which are just the Nintendo bazooka guns painted black.
Yes, they are.
Right. Now, Joey.
Yes.
Did you notice in the film while you're watching it?
Yeah.
Any kind of stereotypical Italian trails?
Not at all.
Hey, Joey,
I thought they portrayed the Italian American properly. I didn't hear a lot of I didn't hear a lot of that.
How are you eating, Joey?
I mean, all right.
Joey, we ain't driving so good.
Wait, the
scene when they're at the restaurant didn't bother you, where every person they showed you in the background was an overweight mafioso type guy with a tie, like wheezing over spaghetti. That didn't bother you at all?
Nah, not at all.
The Capellis that came out. Hey, good looking. Hey, lady, what's going on here? Who's in charge of this hole?
I know.
It's the Capelli didn't bother you at all?
Not at all. Nah. Why would that ever bother me? And you know what? Fuck you for bringing it up.
I think the one thing this film achieved is they actually made Mario and Luigi the least stereotypical Italians in the film, especially since one of them's not Italian.
Oh, fucking John Leguizamo. I never really liked him to begin with.
He's a good actor.
Not really.
No, dude. Look,
he's not.
No, he is. In real films, The Happening doesn't count. You watch him in real films.
The Happening doesn't count for a lot.
He's actually a good actor. The problem is he's also a comedian and a performance artist, comedian, what have you, as far as like one-man plays and stuff. So he does a lot of comedy shit where he acts goofy and annoying and stupid like the pest. But if you watch him in a real film, he actually is capable of acting and acting very well. No,
I
I will defend him for that. I'm not a fan of a lot of his films, but
Really?
the films where he's an actor, he's good. Yes, you can't blame. I think, and I skimmed parts of his biography for this, specifically for his insights into the Super Mario movie, and he even said, like, please don't hold this against me. I did some good stuff.
Well, I'll give him points for that.
Now,
I still don't like him as an actor.
My only question is, when they were casting Super Mario Brothers for the role of the two Italian plumbers, at what point did they say, let's make one of them Hispanic?
They
or
just
Latino?
needed you know what? I don't know.
And
Hey.
Bob and Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins.
Poor Bob. Now, is he an Oscar nominee or award winner?
He has been, yeah.
Before this film.
No,
Right?
not before this film.
No? Not for Mona Lisa?
You know what? Yeah, look him up real quick.
I'm looking up because, Mona Lisa, that's the thing. Nominated in 1987 for Mona Lisa. Nominated for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He won in 87 for Mona Lisa for BAFTA Awards.
Okay.
He was only nominated once for Academy Award. That was Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa. Okay.
Yeah, he's won an assload of other awards. He's an award-winning actor, and yeah, again, he did Who's Framed Roger Rabbit. He did this shit. There's something about him in kids' films where he just can't say no.
Probably my favorite Bob Hoskins film is the one with Denzel Washington.
Dude, I have that on my hard drive.
Oh, really?
It's hard.
What was that with Heart? It was Heart Condition. That's right.
Where Bob Hoskins plays a bigot, and then Denzel Washington is killed, and they put his black heart in Bob Hoskins' body.
Yeah.
And then he's haunted by the ghost of his black heart. I haven't watched it since I was like 12 or 13
Right.
or what have you. Never came out, and I keep not going back to watch it again because I'm afraid. I'm so afraid.
I know. There was another film that Bob Hoskins did that I really enjoyed. I haven't seen it in years. It was called Shattered, and it had it had Bob Hoskins in it. It had Tom Berenger in it, and as long as you watch the film and you do the suspension of disbelief that what they do in the film can actually happen.
Well, that goes for any film.
Well, let's put it this way. The technology does not exist today like it's portrayed in the film. Okay? The twist in the film. And they are probably 30, 40 years away or longer to getting it right the way they do it in the movie, the twist.
Hey, any Tom Berenger film, substitute film,
Yeah.
I'm good.
No, and I really enjoyed. Oh, here's the Italian scene. I mean, it's just them eating at the table. It's not even. It's just. Of course, they're eating an Italian dinner. I mean, I think I even have the music they're listening to in the background. Right? I think so. The music actually goes good with the scene. There's no sound. Oh, you're not eating enough. You're too skinny. What's wrong with you? Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. Why do I gotta do this shit? Every movie. Every fucking movie. It's the same thing. They just show them the previous film and just say, do this.
I haven't seen the film in so long. When I finally rewatched it again, like the first 15 minutes, like, Joey's gonna love this.
Oh, with the fucking dinosaurs. Oh, ain't this the life? We're in fucking Brooklyn. We're dinosaurs. This is the life. It's like,
I meant
what?
the Italian. I meant the Italian stuff.
Oh, well, the two dinosaurs in the fucking opening of the movie were Italian. I don't know how, but they're fucking Italian.
Well, the narrator was Italian, of course, obviously. Dan Castanella.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Now, so of course they go to the alternate dimension. Now, here's
Someone
where
in the
everything
chat
falls
room
apart.
says it's almost a documentary. Fuck you.
I just read that. Now, of course, when they as soon as they transfer over in now, everything up until that point is okay, typical kids film, whatever.
Right.
Once they go into the alternate dimension, that's where everything falls apart because nothing in this world resembles the brightly colored mushroom sky, brick wall floor. Nothing resembles the video
nothing
game
like the game
at all.
Yeah.
Nothing at all resembles the video game. It doesn't look. And then even for
And
them
you know
jumping,
what they were doing?
What?
They were taking that one level in Super Mario Brothers that was all dark.
Right.
That's it. They based the whole movie on that one level.
But the mushrooms were like little things, and then the bob-bombs were like little tiny things.
I think it was level 4. Actually.
And when they jumped, they had to use those boots, and when they jumped in slow motion, so it was like they were on a crane because they were on a crane. But
now, yeah, like when that woman steals the rock and she's jumping away, and then they just end up walking over immediately. She lands and they're walking. It's like, what is going on? You're better off running. She's boing, boing. It's like, okay, we're here.
I have to admit that even though it doesn't work,
yeah,
as far as like translating from the game, I like the Goombas.
Oh, with the small heads.
Well,
a la Beetlejuice.
Now, there's the scene where they're making the Goombas dance.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I love that scene. It makes no sense. There's no reason why making them dance makes it easier for you to escape the elevator. But right. First of all, that whole scene where Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo look like children standing behind these giant Goombas and they're hiding behind them. That scene was kind of fun. And when they start making them dance, though, for a bad movie, it had a few good lines. And there was one in the beginning I really liked, and I can't remember it. But at the end, where Dennis Hopper. And I
don't want to say poor Dennis Hopper because he went on to do Speed the next year, and it's like you know the difference between a good script and a bad script. You've been doing this for 40 years. Come on. Fucking Blue Velvet, for Christ's sakes.
With LSD, with the acid and he dropped, he doesn't know what a good script is, okay?
I'll fuck anything that moves!
You can't read Blue Velvet and tell me you knew it was a good script.
I know.
What is this? What is this? You want me to do what?
But somehow it worked.
It's like when Ned Beatty got the screenplay for Deliverance and pages like 23 through 27 were missing.
He's surprised.
He's asking, have you seen pages 20 through 27?
Yeah, I know I'm in this part. I just don't know what my lines. I just don't know them.
Ned, we'll get them to you.
You know what? You don't have any.
Ned, we'll get it to you. Trust me. It's a.
Yeah.
But the one part where because he had that cheesy thing later where he orders pizza and it's like all this goofiness about tails and hold the human and all that stuff. But then when he's got them quartered and he's got the walkie-talkie, he's all right, I've got him here. And he's like, sir, your pizza's here. So not now. It was just the perfect timing for that. And then when the next line is, sir, it's the Goombas. They're dancing again. That was funny. I have to admit, I laughed. Just if the film had that kind of wry humor. Oh, that was the other one. Again, it's that like wry, almost absurdist humor that the film like it had brief glimpses of, and then it just went back to this goofy sci-fi bullshit. But when the two cousins come to Koopa and tell him, we don't have the stone. Those two plumbers took it. I said, plumbers? So, yeah. He just like spins around. Plumber alert. That's it. And next thing you know, there's an alert out for buy. I just like the idea that there's already a plumber alert in place.
Right. Well, when they first get there, Koopa, he puts out the plumber alert, and it's like, Koopa is offering 2,000 Koopa coins, and it's like, you must have a real plumbing problem.
But again, just the fact he says, plumber alert, it's an absurdist humor that if this film had embraced that instead of this dystopian bullshit, it would have been so much better. And then they're having car chases in giant bumper cars.
Yeah,
I guess because they don't have.
It was the police cars, and they just had the big, oversized bumpers so they can smack into each other.
I mean, you can almost see the rationale behind that they don't have fossil fuels because the dinosaurs didn't didn't go extinct, so they don't have oil. That's why they have to run everything off electricity. Like you can make that connection. You can make that connection in your head, and it's not worth the effort to figure that out when there shouldn't be having to figure that out in the first place. Why are we going through this? Because he tried to make Max Headroom in Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, he even had Dennis Hopper's head kind of like, because King Koopa is a lizard, but of course he's in human form because they didn't have the budget to CGI him in any way, shape, or form. So they took his hair and they made spikes out of it. Fucking.
Hey, Mojo Nixon's in the film. That made me giggle.
Who?
Mojo Nixon.
Oh, right. Yes, he is.
Yeah. Now, I was reading a bit more of John Leguizamo's biography, and he mentioned Super. And the one thing he mentions, and I didn't read it. I kind of skimmed it, but excuse me, I got something in my ear there. And as I'm reading it, the one thing that he and Bob Hoskins had in common on set is they both realized early on the film was going to suck. They both realized they just had to make the best out of it, and they both began drinking heavily.
Oh, really?
Honest. That's like it's in there. And so basically, you had these two. I mean, I consider them both good actors. One acclaimed actor and one up and rising actor, and they both realized we made a horrible mistake. He says they started to get drinking heavily. So there'll be times when they're on set and they're drunk, not drop down drunk, but they're tight because that's the only way you're making it this thing without just collapsing. So it's the fun part for me in watching the film is trying to guess who's drunk when.
Oh,
like what scenes are you drunk in? Now, I projected this film. When I used to manage a movie theater in Ramsey.
Oh, you did?
Yes, and this film did not last 2 weeks. And the one night we played it, halfway
made $20 million anywhere.
Cost 45.
40. Yeah, it was 40 plus.
A father halfway through the film came out dragging his two young children. We're talking maybe like 5 and 8, maybe a bit younger.
Okay.
And he looked at me angry. He says, "This is not a film for children." I said, "Sir, you're right. I apologize." It's the only time I've ever agreed with somebody that walked out of a film in my theater. It's like, "Sir, you are correct." I apologize for even showing this film. I offered to give him his money back, but he walked out the door before I could. I was like, "I will give you free passes, sir. I'm sorry." This is not a kid's film.
It's really not.
When Bob Hoskins is dancing with the giant black lady, and just touching her neck and stuff, and then you've got people being turned into little pin-headed creatures, right. And it's dark and it's scary. It's not for kids, and it's too complicated for kids. They try to explain all the stuff about de-evolution and everything. It's like no. Jump on the mushroom, get the points. Get the coins, jump the plant, get the princess.
Gotta do it.
The game was so simple.
Well, and the movie, they tried to be complex. I mean, that was what they tried to do. They tried to deliver a product past the video game, and that's where they failed. If they did go more of a, instead of an adult-oriented theme, it probably would have done better. It probably would have still been as bad, but it would have done better. And like I said, if it had come out 5 years earlier, they could have put anything on the screen and it would have been a hit. Seriously. The Super Mario Brothers were so huge 5, 6, 7 years earlier, it would have been an absolute gigantic smash. Especially if they had done it the same holiday season, because Super Mario Brothers 2 came out in October of 1988. If this film had come out in 1988, that Christmas, monster success. You couldn't buy Super Mario Brothers 2 for weeks, if not months, after it was released. That's how popular the game was.
I wouldn't know.
I tried to get a copy, couldn't get one. Could not get one till after February. I remember buying it almost in the spring. Just couldn't find it. It's ridiculous. Anyway.
And I don't know why. Again, not to try to read logic into a film like this, but I don't know why you would create your soldiers by de-evolving people so they are brainless and can only follow simple orders, and then give them flamethrowers. I don't get the logic in that, but then again, Now you have to give the film credit. It incorporates a lot of the names and items from the video game into the film.
It does.
But that's it. It's like, oh, it's a bob bomb, great, but it's this small, and what's with the fucking fungus and
Well, fucking toad and all that shit.
And one thing I have to point out one thing when they first go into the universe, they come down this tunnel, and they find this waterfall. They have to jump over this waterfall to leap into the wall in order to warp into the other alternate reality, right?
Yeah.
At the end, they bring the girls that have been kidnapped from Brooklyn, and they're telling them, go back, and they send them through this wall back, and all I can imagine is all of them falling to their death down that waterfall. Because they're not leaping over. It doesn't come out to a ledge. It comes out to like a 300-foot drop.
Pretty much. I'm actually looking up.
At the end when he turned the Italian guy into a monkey.
Yeah, that's great. The fucking True Romance came out the same year, so.
Well, Dennis Hopper's he worked a lot, and he also did a lot of. I mean, he did Space Truckers. Come on, he's done shit. But it's a job. He takes the job, and Dennis Hopper, he'll survive it. He's one of those actors. I can do crap and still come out and do a decent film. Sometimes you can't tell the difference.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? What I'm looking up now is the Yoshi games for Super Nintendo came out the same year as the movie. So that's why they made a big deal about Yoshi in the film. Well, I think I mentioned that earlier, too. Yeah,
they made this complex animatronic Yoshi dinosaur thing, which was like more than it deserved, but then no one can ride it because it's too tiny.
Yeah, and Mario rides that fucking thing. He fucking rides that thing all around town.
Poor Bob Hoskins.
And what's the other one? It's
what?
There was another Super Nintendo game that came out with the Super Nintendo. It came out with it launched with it. It was like Yoshi's Adventure or something, Mario Adventure, some shit like that.
Don't ask me. We're getting off movie topic.
Yeah, we are. Are we done with Mario Brothers? Can we be done?
How about the lamest after credits scene ever?
You know what? I can forward all the way to the end for everyone so they can see it.
Yeah, let's actually forward that and bring that up full screen for the lamest after. I mean, you watch like the Avengers films now and all the cool stuff they put at the end, and then you watch this, and the end scene is like, okay, that was a long walk for an unfunny joke. And I think I'm the only person that saw it because since I was projecting it, I saw it because I had to wrap the film up at the end every time. Right. There was no one in the theater when that rolled at the end.
Yes.
Ironically enough, their unfunniest moment in the entire film. They were funnier when they were kidnapping women.
That's right. That's right.
And dude, what's up with Mario? He drops his girlfriend off at the door in Brooklyn. Doesn't, and then gets in this car.
He gets abducted.
But again, he after a date, you drop a girl off at their house. What do? You wait until they're inside the house, make they're safe. He's like, see you later. Hops in the truck. What? You're getting your keys out of your purse? Catch you. Boom, boom. I gotta go sleep. What the?
Hey,
what's up with Mario? Busy. Come on.
Hey, he didn't want to hang around. He knew he wasn't getting laid, and he's like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm getting out of here.
And then Luigi takes the.
I would have did the same thing.
And then Luigi takes the girl. That's because you're a horrible person. Luigi takes the girl on the date. The archaeologist. She doesn't. She's been an archaeological dig all day. She doesn't change.
No,
she doesn't shower. She goes. He put on clean pants at least. She goes to a restaurant, a nice Italian mobster restaurant, and doesn't even change clothing from her dig. That's disgusting.
Maybe she doesn't sweat. I don't know. Some people lack the ability to sweat.
Yeah, and then it's rare. And they die, especially when they're digging up fossils all day.
Hey, you know what? Maybe she's just not concerned about it. She wasn't interested. She wasn't interested in getting any. At least not that day.
Any other favorite parts of the film that you liked?
How
about the Goonies slalom scene?
Yeah.
When they ride
yeah.
the mattress down the tube.
That was good.
Wow.
You know what? The Super Koopa cousins. I did.
Yeah.
You're right. I did like a lot of their scenes. They were just the right amount of stupid.
I'm not. No, I didn't say that at all. I said that scene at the end was their unfunniest scene.
Well, it was.
Actually,
I mean, the rest of their scenes were mildly amusing. I'm not saying they were laugh out loud funny,
mildly. When they're in the car in the beginning,
well, you know what? There isn't a lot to take away from this movie. It's a terrible fucking movie.
When they're in the beginning and they're in the car and like, I'll bag her, I'll bag her, you grab her. No, you grab her, you bag her, I'll grab her. That's what I said, isn't it? No, yeah. I was like, okay, everybody, this is the closest we're getting to witty banter in this film. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
This is it. Everything beyond here is going to make you wish you were listening to that scene over and over again.
And what happened to Fisher Stevens? Not that he had a career before this movie, but the downward spiral that he went down. I mean, I know not everything can be My Science Project, but come on.
Hey, also featuring Dennis Hopper.
That's true. That's true. That's true. The science teacher.
That's actually the first film I saw either of them in as a kid was My Science Project.
We should review that at some point. I haven't seen that in a fucking dog's age.
I just blamed Barney Rubble. Because when you're cool, the sun shines on you 24 hours a day. Yeah, I remember lines from that.
I love the middle finger, the thing that came out from his car.
I watched that film over and over as a kid. What's the one when they're in the library? It says what kind of stuff? Well, what kind of weird things? UFOs. UFOs, flying lawnmowers, weird kind of shit. Where do you go from that? There's nowhere to go from that. There's nowhere to grow.
What about when he's with her and they're in the backseat of his car? And she's like, well, what about us? He goes, well, I'm in the mood for pepperoni pizza now. He's like, that was before. Now I want pepperoni pizza. Or something along the lines of, you don't look like a pepperoni pizza right now.
Yeah. Even that's a little blurry in my mind, but I enjoyed that. Yeah. And he's done other stuff. Mario Brothers wasn't his
like Hackers? Even God isn't up this late.
All right, come on, you can't. Now wait, wasn't he
here?
He was in Lost. Shut up.
Okay, you know what? That doesn't make a difference.
He did a lot of
small part in Lost.
He did a lot of TV stuff. Okay, he was a TV.
Hey, you know
actor.
what? He broke Michelle Pfeiffer's heart. She was in love with him, and he fucking dumped her.
Good.
She
deserved it.
She did. Really?
He's done a lot of stuff. I mean, come on.
He's been in a ton of shit.
I'm trying to find other films of his I really liked, but
it's not relevant anymore.
Short Circuit 2.
And
come on.
He was in the first one.
He was
in both. It's funny you mentioned the second one first.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite of the two.
I'm Johnny Five. I'm alive.
And Steve Guttenberg isn't in it.
He is not in it. Better. Did he have a cameo in it? No. He was mentioned, right? Something about him leaving or some shit.
Yeah.
Like it made him an asshole. I'm almost positive because he was with Ali Sheedy, and then in the second one, they just mention about how, he's a dick and he got up and left or some shit. And she even has a cameo. She's not in the movie either. Anyway, we're off topic. Way off topic.
Well, you're the one that started talking about.
I know. Because I'm so done with the Mario Brothers.
Well, you want to rate it?
Let's rate it. Now,
let me get back.
It starts pretty fucking low. I don't know. I don't know. 3.8. So it's basically out of 4.
Starting at 4. Finally, a film. I got to
take a point away for yet again portraying the Italian American so stereotypically. It just, I knock it down to a 3 for that.
1 for the Guinea references.
I guess you can give it a point for utilizing a lot of the Mario Brother universe, like all the things from it.
Okay, we can deduct a point for the fact that when the girl finally meets her father, who's now fungus, she ends up talking what looks like his scrotum. So that comes down to 3.
That's true.
Your father just dropped a ball of slime on my shoe. I'm going to add a star for the Goomba dancing.
So that's back up. That's up to a 4 now.
Yeah, but then I'm going to take a point off for the smelly date.
The smelly date. Okay, so now we're down to 3 again. I think we're going with a 3.
I
think it's just a back and forth. I think it's a 4-3, 4-3, 4-3.
5 is average. This is a below average film.
Yes, way
Definitely below average. Below average screenwriting, below average directing, below average everything.
Agreed.
The only reason I wouldn't go to a 2 is because they performed the film drunk, and I think it deserves some credit. 3 it's locked in, so we're probably dropping that down a quarter of a percentage point there.
Very nice.
And that's all that film deserves.
That is.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Chat room says it should get 2 points for the real portrayal of Italians. Again, go fuck yourself.
Somebody's starting trouble.
Italian equals mobster. No reason to say them together. What a bastard. What a bastard. Anyway, I think we're done.
Yeah, we're definitely done.
Yeah, I think we're done. I think we can move into Strangers now. I hope everyone joins us with that one. It's gonna be
well,
one.
if not, it'll be up on YouTube eventually. So,
That's
sooner
right.
or later. So let's. We have any plans for what we're reviewing next?
No.
I got a couple things your way. Apparently, Time Rider is coming out on Blu-ray in March.
That's right. I did see those. Looking forward to those.
Time Travel Biker in the Old West. I saw that as a kid. I'd like to review that.
I agree.
I'm also going to try to get some Hobbit reviews coming in this week. We might even try to do a weekend one. I'm not sure yet, depending on who sees it and who's willing to review it for us. I got a great idea. So we don't have to see the Hobbit film ourselves. We're going to outsource.
We are.
I'm going to get some other people to watch The Hobbit, and then they can talk about it, and then we'll still say it's a bad film, no matter what they say.
I think I need to see it in 48 frames per second.
I think I need to see it for free in 48 frames per second, because I can't sit through a whole film going, what the fuck? I can't do that. For 3 hours.
Maybe we, the next time we hang out, maybe we go see it together. We do a matinee, like a 9 a.m. showing, so that the whole fucking day isn't ruined because it's 3 hours. Seriously, 48. I think I need to see it in 48 frames per second one time, so I can tell myself what I've been telling myself the entire time, that it's shit, and I don't ever need to see another film in 48 frames. We'll discuss
that later.
Okay.
All right, but anyway, but until then, we're not sure what we're reviewing next week, so it's going to be a surprise episode. Haha. Yeah. If you have a recommendation for what you want us to review, send it to
the movie guys at Moviesucktastic.com. If you want to leave us voicemail, you can at 908-514-4470. Definitely leave us voicemail. We like those. If you want to become like our Facebook page, you can at facebook.com/Moviesucktastic. And if you want to download our episodes on iTunes, you can leave us reviews. If you want to download them on our website, you can at Moviesucktastic.com. Anything else?
He touched my breasts.
All right. Sorry to hear that. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
So bad.
I love the Power Glove. So bad.
So bad.
So bad.
Never gets old.